And with that, the first match day of the FIFA World Cup 2026 has come to a close, and what a match day that was. Honestly, I think that's the best first match day of a World Cup I have personally ever witnessed. So many shocking results. I mean, almost all of the European teams drew their games this week. I mean, how many draws do we end up having? I reckon at least 10 of the 24 games were draws. I mean, that's kind of crazy. Anyway, we are again going to be predicting the second match week of the World Cup games. Obviously, I didn't get many outcomes right. I got no score lines right at all. I thought that maybe that England game, England Croatia, I said it was going to be 3-3. For a second, I thought I was cooking there, but no, unfortunately, England won 4-2. But anyway, we do now know a little bit more about these teams, so hopefully we can actually predict a whole lot better. So yeah, let's just get into the first game. So I actually found a way where on FotMob you can actually predict. But it looks like I'm gonna have to sign in, so I'll just do that real quick. Okay, so the first game we have is Czechia, South Africa. So Czechia, they put up a pretty decent fight against South Korea. I managed to watch the second half of that game. They did play pretty well, even though I'm thinking this first half South Korea definitely dominated. And then South Africa, they're definitely, or at least top 2 worst teams at this World Cup. At least in match week 1. Shithole, absolute, disgusting performance. South Africa should be happy that he is injured. Sorry, not injured. He has a red card for this game. So I think I'll put Czechia to win this game 2-0. Well, I'll go 2-1 maybe just in case. I do think that South Africa will at least score 1 goal in this tournament. So yeah, I'll say Czechia win this game 2-1. And now that we've on to Switzerland, Bosnia. So both of these teams drew 1-1 respectively, and I think they're both going to continue that trend. Bosnia definitely got dominated by Canada, but much like another team we'll be talking about, that was our game plan, so it worked out for them. And then Switzerland, I did miss out on this game. I mean, I wasn't waking up at 5 a.m. to watch Switzerland versus Qatar, but I mean, I think Switzerland, I was very high on them at the start of this tournament. I also thought Bosnia were going to be pretty good. But you know what? I feel like this could be a very similar group to the Belgium group in the Euro 2024, where they all drew their games pretty much. But I will say that Canada, they should beat Qatar. I mean, I feel like that fluke goal in the last minute for Qatar probably won't happen again. And Canada, as I said, dominated Bosnia, just couldn't put away their chances, mostly thanks to Jonathan David. So I think probably a calm 2-0 professional win against Qatar. And then Mexico, South Korea, the two best teams in this group, both performed very well. I think I will say this game ends 2-2. I mean, if Son can put away his chances this time around, that will make life a lot easier for the South Koreans. And Mexico had an overall dominant performance against South Africa, so I don't know, I have kind of high hopes for them in this tournament. And now the big game, USA-Australia. USA, I mean, you guys should just really shut up. I mean, did you see what happened to Turkey? They talked so much smack, and what happened to them? They got absolutely smoked 2-0. I don't think that's going to happen against the US this time. They did play very good against Paraguay, but Paraguay also played really bad. So we don't actually know how good the US is. And we also don't know if Pulisic is going to be back at all, because obviously he got injured, right towards the end of the first half of that game. I mean, I don't know how serious that injury is, but if he isn't playing, it's definitely going to impact the USA, because they were kind of quiet without him in the second half. But regardless, I have us drawing with them 2-2. I mean, yes, it is only one win, but that one win that's everything for me. I'm going to be holding on to that for at least the next 4 years until the next World Cup. And now we move on to Scotland, Morocco. Scotland only beat Haiti 1-0. But, considering, what all the other European teams did against, the minnow sort of teams, I think that might actually be a decent result. So I do think they will continue and score 1 goal. But I don't think Morocco is going to, not score. I mean, they were pretty dominant against Brazil for at least, the good first half an hour. And because of that, I think I'll say Morocco win 3-1. So Bari and Hakimi will probably cook Scotland, to be fair. And now Brazil, Haiti. I mean, Brazil, they had their moments in the Morocco game, especially later on. But I do not really know how they're going to go. I mean, they could definitely, scrape out with a 1-0 win, or they could, absolutely smash Haiti. I mean, to be fair, Haiti had a pretty decent performance against Scotland. So I'll meet somewhere in the middle. I'll say Brazil win a calm 2-0. And now Turkey, Paraguay. I mean, Paraguay, they were just absolutely horrendous. At least Turkey actually, decided to show up. And, they probably did deserve to score a few goals. I mean, Beach, he was saving goals. Like, he was, a wave at, Bondi Beach. Oh. And anyway, yeah, Turkey definitely deserved a goal or two in that game. So, they can make their goals up, and I think they'll get 3 in this game. But, their defense definitely didn't look that good against us, so I think they'll also concede 1 as well. And Netherlands, Sweden. I was, I didn't really think that my prediction that Sweden being, shit at this tournament was going to come true. But I did not think they were going to come out and win 5-1 against Tunisia. So they're definitely, good this tournament. And, at least Alexander Isak is contributing. But, I think Netherlands also played pretty well against Japan. Definitely dominated most of the game with, Japan, having to come back both times. And I think it's going to be another 2-2 draw for the Netherlands. I said Netherlands are going to be my flop of the tournament. So, yeah, 2 draws in the first 2 games should cover that. And now we move on to Germany, Ivory Coast. So, Germany, slow start against Curacao. Took them like half an hour to really get going. But once they got going, obviously they won 7-1. So, can't really say too much on that. And Ivory Coast, very, very good game against Ecuador. Managed to win just in the end. I don't know what's going to happen in this game. Ivory Coast can definitely get a result. But I'm going to say Germany win this 2-0 pretty comfortably. And now Ecuador, Curacao. Curacao, I mean, they played alright against Germany for the start, as I said before. But I mean, Ecuador's defense is just crazy. So I feel like Curacao aren't going to be getting a goal in this game. And as we saw in Ecuador, Ivory Coast, Ecuador didn't create too many chances. So I feel like they'll probably only scrape by a 1-0 win. And now Tunisia versus Japan. Tunisia, honestly, I don't think they played that bad, to be fair. But Japan, I think, are just on a whole nother level. I really, really rate Japan. I might just say a 2-1 win, though, because Japan, they had to come back, obviously, twice against the Netherlands. And Tunisia, they're a respectable team as well. And now Spain, Saudi Arabia. And I don't really know what to say about this game. I mean, are Spain really as bad as, they showed themselves against Cape Verde? I mean, I assume Lamine Yamal is going to be back for this game. That will be huge for them. And because of that, I will say they will win. But I will say 2-0 or 2. I'll say 2-1 just because, I don't think Saudi's a bad team. And now Belgium, Iran. Obviously, both of these teams drew their last match. And I don't really know what to go for. I mean, Iran, definitely a weaker team than Egypt. And, I don't know, Belgium, they didn't play the best, to be fair. But I will still say they win this game. I'll say 2-0. And then Uruguay, Cape Verde. I mean, I feel like Cape Verde, they had their fun, drawing to, obviously, Spain. Will they do it again? I mean, I kind of want to say they do, to be fair. But no, I'll say Uruguay win 1-0, as unfortunate as that is. And now New Zealand, Egypt. I have a hot take. I think New Zealand are gonna, run it back to, was it 2010 when they won the World Cup last? And they're gonna draw all of their group games. So I'll say they draw this game 1-1. I mean, Egypt weren't too convincing, especially Mo Salah, even though he got an assist. And now Argentina, Austria. I mean, Messi hat-trick. Still got it. I'm going to say that it's going to be the exact same score that Argentina had in the last game, 3-1. I didn't get a chance to catch the Austria-Jordan game, but, actually I did see the goal scored by the Austrian, the first one. Absolute screamer, so, maybe they can, run it back and get that goal again. And then France-Iraq. I mean, the France-Senegal game, very boring for the first, 75 minutes or so. But then, obviously, France managed to win 3-1 quite comfortably in the end. And Iraq, didn't put up the worst showing against Norway. It was 1-1 for quite a bit until, Norway really started to, put their foot in the gas. So we'll say France, I should say Iraq, get a bit of deja vu and end up losing this game 4-1 as well. And now that we run to Norway-Senegal, I mean, Norway, I am a bit disappointed. I thought they would absolutely smash Iraq. I mean, 4-1 definitely still a good scoreline, but, I don't really know. I feel like this is going to be a draw. Senegal held their own against, obviously, France. I feel like they definitely deserve a result, and they'll get one in this game. 2-2. And now we move on to Jordan, Algeria. I mean, again, I don't really know how well Jordan played. Algeria, I mean, they were not bad at all against Argentina. I'll probably say Algeria win this game 2-0. Now Portugal, Uzbekistan. So I actually watched the Portugal-Congo game. Unfortunately, Portugal, were, I think, amazing for the first 6 minutes until João Neves got that goal. But, other than that, when Chico Conceição came on, I thought he was actually pretty good. But then, other than that, pretty disappointing performance from Portugal. I do think they'll bounce back in this game. Maybe they won't start Ronaldo. I mean, it won't be the first time he doesn't start at a World Cup. I'll say that Portugal win this game. I'll say 2-1, just because I don't rate their defense all too much. And now England, Ghana. I mean, England played wonderfully against Croatia. Croatia, very good team. Very hard to score 4 goals against. Kane did get a bit lucky with that penalty at the beginning. I'll give him that. But no, I think, England are going to run away with this game. I don't know if they'll score 4 again, because I don't think they'll, have the need to score 4 goals, if you know what I mean. But I do think they'll keep a clean sheet. Ghana, obviously, only winning in, the 90th minute against Panama. And speaking of Panama, we have them versus Croatia. And I think Croatia, obviously, played very well against England. I feel like they might actually win this game 4-0 and, help out their goal difference a little bit. And now we have Colombia versus DR Congo. I mean, Colombia managed to, end up winning quite comfortably against the Uzbekistan, and Congo played their game against Portugal, getting the draw. But you know what? I feel like it's going to be, the same result that Uzbekistan had to face against Colombia. I think it's going to be 3-1 to the Colombians. So, there we have it. I don't think I really have too many upsets. Probably none at all, if I'm being honest. So, yeah, there we have it. Hopefully, now that we have one game week under our belts, my predictions aren't going to be awful this time around, but, we'll see. See you later, and I hope you're enjoying this World Cup as much as I am.